So if a person ain't right for you, that's the thing. They're not right for you. If it comes down to that, do not internalize, oh, what is wrong with me? What is this and that? Why is my value being? Do not do any of that, because they were removed for a reason, for that person to come along that is right for you.
Yeah, and that's really true. Because let's say shit, so what the fuck? So how is it being on the big screen? Man. Your episode came out, right?
Yeah.
Are you just the one or multiple?
Just the one. The next one is actually coming up after next week.
Oh shit.
The next episode that I'm gonna be, and then after that, you'll see like is a way shorter span in between.
Yeah.
So it'll be like a couple more times and everything like that.
Did they announce when All the Queen's Men is coming out? I'm pretty sure they announced it. I seen somebody on live.
I think
they said they gave me a date. They said, yeah, it's supposed to come out this date. I'm like, oh, so they must have announced it.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, there is a date. I'm not sure if there was like an official announcement. Oh, they didn't.
Somebody in the comments said September 9th. I'm not sure if that's true or not.
No, I believe that that's what it is, but I'm wondering how she knew, because
I don't know.
It wasn't announced.
Well, I don't know. It's coming sometime by the end of the year.
That's pretty crazy though, because I'm like, wait a minute, this girl been doing some research.
I'm telling you, those fans. There's a whole Tyler Perry fan page that responded with that.
Oh, really?
Because I left a message on Tyler Perry's post. I said, when's All the Queen's Men coming out, bro? And then one of the fan pages replied.
Wow.
And said, like, I think
they were very diligent on their research.
They on their shit, man. You know how they be.
I gotta give it to them.
Hey.
But yeah, I mean.
The man. Keep an eye out for the man.
Just keep an eye out for next month or support.
So so on Sisters though, you've already made your appearance.
Yeah.
As El Fuego.
Yeah, which I actually I was very thankful for the dress up that they have got me in, because they had me looking suave. Hey, man.
They made you looking suave. I saw you walk in.
I was like, man,
hey,
the coat looked like butter. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that, like, when you finally see yourself on screen, like, it's just different.
Yeah,
you know, it's not like how you would think, oh my God, it's myself on a big screen. It's like sometimes like you like, like you start to like really criticize at certain points.
Of course, you're gonna
in instances, but it's just like, you know, at the end of the day, that's probably natural.
It's hard to watch yourself.
It's hard to watch yourself.
I know what you mean by that, because I'm the same way. Like with watching myself, like just even on the podcast or when I'm on stage.
Yeah.
Like when we would rewatch some of the show footage and stuff. I'm like, I can't rewatch myself, because it's almost necessary to do sometimes, because then you could like.
No, 100%. I agree.
You know, fix some of the things that you want to do better for next time.
Yeah.
But I get what you mean by that.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just like I do the job and let it go, and just go to the next. You know, that's what my way.
Just look at it. It's like, okay, I'm learning or whatever. Take all that constructive criticism. It's not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
You know, and you're going to get better over time.
Yeah.
Don't
100%.
judge yourself too harshly, and and be conscious of the fact that you're the only one being that critical on yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. I mean, it's a natural human instinct. We all have that. You know, I can't say that. I just go out there and just give it, and ain't nothing I can say about. You know,
what's the response been like?
It's been really good responses. It's funny because before it aired, it was actually TP's assistant that texted me or hit me up and was
he said.
He was like, he
already using
hey,
nicknames.
Mr. P, Mr. Perry wants to let you know that your episode is airing and everything.
It's airing.
Like and basically just kind of getting like acknowledgement, you know, from him, I guess, in himself.
That's cool. I could tell he's been very personable like that.
Yeah.
He got that personal touch, like a thank you note and gift bags.
Absolutely. And I gotta say, it's just been it's been such a pleasure, man, to work for him, man. Because, man, at the end of the day, like, you realize that this whole sort of craziness that's going on in the world, you know, there's this sense of a nice sort of leadership, you know what I'm saying, and morality that is around sort of his integrity, you know, as a leader when it comes to, you know, just fulfilling all this responsibility within these productions, you know. So
it's really inspiring.
I'm just blessed, man, that I was able to just have an opportunity, man, to just you know, do something in the midst of all of this.
Shit,
100%.
Well, shit's about to get crazy for your ass when the thing drops, when your actual show drops.
We'll see, man.
I can't wait.
We'll see what happens.
The
just
boy,
keep a lookout. Stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned.
Go
check out Sisters on BET.
That's right. 9 years in the making. 9 years.
And keep an eye out for El Fuego on All the Queen's Men coming this fall.
Ya tu sabes. Yup, this fall.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what we gonna talk about today?
Ooh.
We got some fan questions we want to address.
Okay. Wait. Are we gonna do some shout outs first before the
We got to.
Before the fan question?
We got to.
Who we got? We got a shout out.
First off, let's welcome everybody who's watching us for the very first time. Welcome to the Strip Down Podcast, baby.
Welcome. What's good?
Welcome to the shit show.
That's right.
It's your boys. My name is Myles, and this is Young Dion Rome.
How's it going?
AKA, goddamn, who's this? AKA Professor Profound.
I'm done.
AKA.
That was actually a nickname you just came up with, huh?
No, where are my glasses at? We got Dr. Chicatery and fucking Professor Profound in the building.
Man, there we go.
I gotta go grab my glasses, actually. Can't do the episode without the glasses. Let me go grab them.
It's not the same, huh?
Got to. You don't know what kind of chicatery we gonna address, so you just gotta have it. The chicatery glasses on, the chicatery spectacles. You see? You got to stay prepared.
There we go. It's almost like you just put on your Clark Kent sort of Superman cape, but you turned
Dr. Chicatery is in the building, baby.
He's back. He took his glasses off the shelf. Now this man is transformed.
That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast. If you're new here, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, y'all, because we are gonna put you on game. And that's how we do it. And that's exactly what we gonna do today.
Respect.
Is go straight to what y'all wanna know. We go to the DMs, we search the comment section, we going straight to the source.
That's right.
You know, we don't just make up these topics to talk about, we go to you. What do you want us to talk about? What's on your mind? What's bothering you? What's the situation that applies to your life right now that we can talk about and give our perspective on?
Yes, and thank y'all for being so open with us, because, you know, even y'all entrusting us with just having, you know, this information from y'all situation, and just know we always keep it anonymous.
Yeah, I mean, it's a show of like, y'all value our perspective, y'all value our opinion. You guys are like giving us some of this information. It could be personal to a certain degree. It's like, oh wow, you guys are trusting us with this personal.
All the deets.
So that's very endearing to us. We appreciate it. Don't think that goes unnoticed. We appreciate that, ladies, and we value the fact that you value our perspective, and we're gonna do our best to give you that realness like we do.
That's right.
You know, so one thing that we like to do on all these episodes is give some shout outs.
There we go.
Shout outs to y'all. Shout outs to y'all that be showing that love.
That's right. Who we got? Let's shout them out, though.
We got from YouTube, Karen Thompson and Tiara Williams.
Karen and Tiara, shout out to you.
Shout out to y'all, baby. Shout out to from IG, JK_VEE and Radio Carissa.
Hey, nice names though. Shout out to y'all. Very clever names.
And from TikTok, we got Emerald Villar and the Rebelpreneur.
Oh,
not the entrepreneur, the rebel.
The rebelpreneur.
Shout out to y'all ladies for showing us love. These are the ladies.
Shout out.
These are the people that be showing up in that notification section more and more often. Every week we like to pick some new people to shout out, to acknowledge that, hey, we see y'all showing love on our videos, showing up in that comment section, adding to the conversation. We appreciate that. We appreciate all the comments and all the feedback y'all give us. Your perspective is very valued to us. We don't claim to know it all like we always say. This is just our unique perspective, our take off the top of the dome. There's many times where we miss something, or where you might have an alternative perspective. You're welcome to share that with us, because honestly, it's helpful information for us to widen our perspective and our view on things. You see what I'm saying?
Just picture y'all sitting in a chair, and it's just a conversation.
This is our podcast.
With your big brothers.
All of us. For all of us. That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we gonna do is get to some of the DMs that we've been getting. Okay, so our DMs are open, baby, on Strip Down Podcast on Instagram, that's where we get all these topics. That's where you could be open with us, be honest with us, and tell us what's on your mind.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what we gonna talk about today? We got a couple different questions today, honestly, and there's quite a variety. It's everything from why do women fall for men's manipulation, when to hook up with a guy, how to tell if he's interested, if she's the one who initiated, and then later in the episode, we're talking about this boyfriend and this very interesting approach that he takes with his girlfriend because he's insecure. It's very, very odd. I've never seen a dude.
From that reaction, I can tell it's something
I've never seen a dude address his insecurities the way this guy does.
Oh, wow.
I'm just like, for real? Okay, girl, we gonna let you know what to do about that, man. Shit. All right, so the first question, this young lady asks, why do women fall for men's manipulation? Should men be responsible for it, or should we as females be responsible for falling for it? That's an excellent question.
That's a really good question.
What's your take on it?
I believe that a guy, when it comes to any sort of form of manipulation on you, of course, he will want to get what he wants from the situation and not necessarily acknowledging what's beneficial for you. And what I mean by that is, this guy will essentially have this intention, in his mind of, okay, this is what I want, but this is what it's going to take for me to get that, instead of, okay, is this actually beneficial for you? And you guys got to ask yourself this when you go into these sort of situations with these men, is that it can kind of come across as this fairy tale sort of syndrome where he's being charismatic, where he's painting a picture for you. He's fairy tale, where he's that Mr. Right, and this sort of picture frame where he's painting pictures, he's Picassoing you up with idea and fantasy of this, unite, man, and this future together and things like that, that his words is like butter. It's like oil, dripping from his lips or whatever. And you're just like, wow, it's everything I want to hear in the moment. It's everything that, I kind of see. But he's also giving me that toxic sort of quality, quote unquote, that's sort of interesting, I guess, because it's not he's completely making himself available, or he's not being completely overly nice to me, but it's just enough where he's giving a little bit of both, playing sort of that both sides of the spectrum.
Right. So let's answer this literally. Why do women fall for men's manipulation? Let's answer that literally. Why would anybody fall for somebody else's manipulation? He's telling you what you want to hear, like he's saying, like Rome's saying, and it's lining up perfectly, and it sounds so good that you want to believe it to a degree because it is what you want. Now,
or it could maybe not be exactly what she wants, but it's appealing enough to capture her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's appealing enough to just grasp her, to just, get her attention, to where now you're going actually away from what you actually want or need, because this is actually appealing to you and attractive to you. So now it's just let me kind of push what I want aside a little bit or whatever. It could be on both ends, and let me just kind of see what this is about.
It sounds good.
Let me see what this is about. Yeah,
this sounds good to me.
Exactly.
And
I
want to find out what this is about.
Exactly.
I got you. Yep.
Yep.
I agree with that. That's why you would fall for it. But now it's who's responsible? Is it the person that's manipulating or the person falling for the manipulation?
I believe it can be sort of both sides of the equation.
I think, my take on it is the man's at fault for manipulating, but also we got to take accountability to a degree for falling for the manipulation, because the way I look at it as well is it's almost like buying a car from a shady car salesman, right? If you don't know shit about cars and you go into a dealership and you're dealing with a shady car salesman and he tells you everything that you want to hear about this car and you don't know any better, it's partially your fault for not knowing any better trying to buy that car, right? Yeah. So it's the more you're educated about vehicles, the less you'll fall for that shit, right?
Yeah.
So it's like being educated and not being naive and not being kind of aware, which is where we come in. That's why we here, girl. We trying to just help put you on game so that you are better equipped to spot the bullshit when it occurs, right? Because if you just go into a situation, any situation, and you're naive to it and like how to properly go about dealing with this thing in the best way, then you should have never really put yourself in that position to begin with. You were underprepared, right? And I feel that way in general, like about dating and relationships, like you can't just jump into relationships if you don't know how to be in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
You get educated for everything you want to do as a profession in life, except for marriage. Like nobody really teaches you or schools you on this stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like you going into this thing with the GED when you need a master's degree.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, shit. If I was better prepared, I would know kind of exactly what I'm looking for and how to just be aware of like the bullshit, right? Because we're living in reality. There's a lot of bullshit out there, and we can't just play naive to it.
Yeah.
Of course, the people who are trying to get the better end of the stick, we all want what we want, right? And that's where manipulation starts to occur. It's like, in order for me to get what I want, I may have to manipulate you and convince you and persuade you into giving into what I want, even if it's not what's best for you. That's when it's manipulation.
Right.
There's a difference between persuasion and manipulation. Persuasion is like convincing somebody, but it's also for their own benefit as well, right? It's not just for their selfish intent. Right? It's like if you see something one way and I see it another way, and I'm trying to persuade you or convince you, hey, no, this is actually a better alternative because you're missing some kind of points or something. I'm trying to do something for your benefit as well. Like I'm trying to convince you, hey, consider this as well because it's going to be good for you too.
Right.
If it wasn't good for you and it was only good for me, now I'm manipulating you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I also believe too that I agree, and also I think what it is mainly is you taking a perspective. What is actually the dynamic for most people, especially within this realm of dating or themselves or relationships, is it's merely contractual rather than covenant. And what I mean by that is the contractual basis that you endure, for yourself and for relationship is solely on the basis of, okay, what can this person do for me? Like, it's all about yourself and receiving the end of the stick of, okay, now I'm looking out for myself no matter where I go. There's no security. There's none of that because I'm always, maybe 1 foot in and 1 foot out because I'm always protecting myself or whatever you feel that you need to do to like guard you. It's never about the other person. But when it comes to a covenant basis sort of mentality, what it is now is you're going into a new perspective in relationship and humanity in itself of what you bring and your value on being truly selfless for that partner. Because what it is like, okay, what can I do for you? How can I serve you? How can I, you know what I'm saying?
Enhance your life.
When you do that, it literally can be reciprocated. And it may be situations to where maybe that person will be on a basis that's not covenant, is more contractual, but just take that in perspective and see, how that sort of applies and is applicable to your life as well.
Right.
I mean, that's a great perspective to look at.
Yeah. So honestly, to discern whether or not this person is trying to manipulate you or not, ask yourself this: is what he's trying to convince me of really what's best for me? Or is it only just what's best for him? Is this man have a selfish intent or a selfless intent with his words and his suggestions and all these things, right? Is he just telling me what he wants me to hear, or is this real? So you got to line up his words and his actions, and now you can tell whether or not this person is manipulating you or if he's actually just trying to be persuasive in a way that's going to be beneficial for both of you. So figure that part out first before you start to go along with whatever he says. And honestly, in the beginning, always ask yourself, what's best for me? I'm not just going to believe this guy just because everything sounds good. You can't just do that. And we're not telling you to like go into life with the sense of paranoia, like everybody's out to get me. But just be aware, and you won't feel that. When you're aware and you know what's up, the more you listen to SDP, then you could go into those situations with a calm mind and just be able to spot it when you see it, and then call them out on it in a way that's gonna be like, hey, just so you know, I know what's up. So if you continue to try to play that game with me, this ain't going any further. I'm on to the next dealership, homie. You fucking can't keep it straight with me. I know about these cars. You trying to tell me one thing, and I know what's up. Crack open the hood. Tell me again what you said. Oh, is that so? See, I know that ain't so, because I know my shit. I listen to SDP, bitch.
There
the fuck
you go.
You thought? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then, I mean, ask yourselves too, and be honest with that and real with yourselves is, have I done this to guys before? Have I been on that opposite end to where
this shit goes both ways, ladies?
But I was actually doing that to men and everything like that as well too. I feel like sometimes we don't necessarily think about, our sort of flaws in a sense, and I think it can come across as like, okay, well, solely he's doing this, but what have I done possibly like in my past sort of relationships or just dealing with men, period, and everything, and just sort of put that in honest perspective as well.
Yeah, because then if you analyze, how could if you've done this before, like how could you have gotten called out or exposed? Now it's like, what would have worked? Now you can apply that in reverse. And then figure out whether or not this person's being real. You see? You feel me?
That part.
So the next question we got was really interesting. I think this is a very common concern everybody has. When should I hook up with this motherfucker? All right, this young lady asked, I was just wondering what a guy's perspective is on when, quote unquote. If you guys have been chatting for a bit and sleep together on the first night, are you going to think less of her for it? Do guys really hold more respect for women who make you wait longer? As girls, we're always told to never do it on the first night and to make them wait as long as possible, as they will automatically think less of you and only view you as, quote unquote, that one thing. Is this true? Does it really affect how you view a woman or your level of respect for her? Would love to know how you guys view it.
Good question.
I'll tell you how we view it and how guys view it. Okay, because I mean, me personally, I don't view it like, I'm not gonna judge you for it, but it's a little bit different because like we've been overly exposed, and we've kind of just have a different perspective on that in general because of like kind of our history and our past. It's just like, we're like, my only view on it really is like, don't overstep your own boundaries. I'm not judging you for that, because the girl that I actually like last was like in love with, she was the one who like hooked up with me on the first night. Right? She initiated it. She was showing the interest, and we didn't really think it would. I thought it was just going to be like kind of a one-night stand. I wasn't really judging her for it, but like over time, as I kind of saw who she really was, I didn't really judge her for that, because I was like, that was just like her in that moment, right? This isn't necessarily her all the time, and I could discern that just from spending enough time with her, and honestly, at that period, I wasn't really judging her for being, somebody who wanted to, explore her options or whatever, have her fun, live her single life, because I'm like, hey, have your fun. But then as we got to know each other, and like she was really investing into me, and I could tell that her attention was like on me. It wasn't something I ever worried about. Because I could just feel like what we had. I'm like, I don't really have to worry about that. You know what I mean? But most guys, they're gonna judge you for it. They're gonna look at it like, oh, she's easy. Oh, she's she gives it up easy, or she probably does this with all guys, or it's gonna really make them feel insecure. That's really what it comes down to. They're going to judge your character for it, and they're going to feel insecure about whether or not you would do that again, or if you have a history with guys and whatnot. And these are the kind of guys that have like a strong opinion about quote unquote body count. You know what I mean? So it's really where's that stem from? It stems from an insecurity, right? It's like you feel like she's comparing you, or it's like this person, I can't get over that. Like, because what's that say? That means like there's something about you that you're not 100% secure about. That's why you can't get over it. You know what I mean? So honestly, you should make him wait. You know, make them wait. If you want this guy, if you want to up your chances of this guy, like looking at you as somebody who's going to be more likely to be a long-term partner, you should make him wait. And the reason for that is you want to see whether or not this guy respects you and your boundaries and your time, and you want to test his patience, right?
Yeah.
And that's going to be a true testament on whether or not this guy is somebody who is only interested in you and the physical version of you, or the mental, spiritual, and everything that encompasses you as a person, right? Because that's how us guys are.
Yeah.
We look at you in the beginning strictly from like a physical standpoint until we're given enough time to really learn about you. By making him wait, you're enforcing the fact that, hey, you need to get to know me. You think you're attracted to me? Well, you're only attracted to the physical version of me and the surface level of me. You only know so much. So how can you really, really like me? You know, with my girl, you know, it was just a happen chance that I actually fucked with her. Like, you know what I mean? That could have not been the case, and then it wouldn't have gone anywhere, right? Or if I was the kind of guy who let that one night, like hooking up on the first night, bother me, then even if we did get along, that would have stayed in the back of my head, like, oh, she's a little promiscuous, or she might have a history or a past, and I don't want to think about that. You know, and it would bother me, and then I would not be able to move forward with her, right? So just be conscious of that. What do you think?
I mean, honestly,
do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do. At the end of the day, I just feel, you know, when you have really gave the person an opportunity, and you yourself an opportunity to learn each other.
Right.
Because
isn't that true about your relationship?
Yeah, and the thing was, I mean, even speaking on sort of my testimony, my past history of, you know, quote unquote sleeping around, things like that. But when I found my wife, we decided to be celibate, actually, again. Or like to be celibate. It wasn't again, but to be celibate. But before we were married.
Right, but when you first met her, though, didn't she make you wait?
Yeah, she did.
Right. So,
and I did respect her more for that, because I realized that, you know, at the end of the day, all these other girls are not doing that, and it does stand out. But also because it gave me the opportunity to have to make a choice for myself on, okay, is this worth it for me to actually endure this patience and this time to
that's
connect
exactly
with her?
What I mean.
Or like, just because she's not giving it up, then I'm on to the next one. Okay, weed them out. But if I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like this whole like just waiting, you know what I'm saying? Learning that person truly, like spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and waiting to, like, you know, you guys are married. That's what I did. Yeah. I mean, that's my personal opinion. I feel like that's more beautiful and everlasting than trying to just go and try to test out different people that may not be right for you, to be honest.
When you guys, so like kind of going along with what we just said, though, when you first met her, it was kind of like, oh, I'm attracted to her. You only kind of knew, like at that point in your life, you only kind of knew what you were attracted to, the physical version of her. Right. And then she was like, no, we ain't doing that. Yeah. So then you almost, like, if I can recall this correctly, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, you kind of like, you made that decision, is it really worth my time? And then you came back to her, it's like, hey, look, I'm cool with just being, you know, strictly friends, platonic and whatnot, right? And that's when you made a decision that's like, I do fuck with you beyond just the physical and what I see physically. Yeah, right.
Because so she offered more of that, which stood out more to me than her physical body or her attractiveness.
So when she was, you know, engaging with you, she was giving you more to appreciate about her than just her physical. Yeah. Which was her mental, spiritual, and that's how you were able to come to the decision. It's like, yeah, no, I'm cool with us just not, you know, being friends. Yeah. Right. And then you guys got to create a real bond, a real connection. Right. And then the decision, if you guys wanted to hook up, was based off of like a genuine connection, well, not a physical, shallow one.
Well, also this, I feel I had to make another decision when this time came around to where we did reunite. Yeah. In such a more of a transformed level. Right. And what I mean by that is, her choosing to be celibate after that whole entire time, I had to make another decision at that time to be like
celibate with her again.
Well, do I really want to do that? I don't know. Like, I don't think but then I decided that, like, you know, just, of course, seeing what that purity meant and how more God ordained and blessed that really is. Because what I realized too is the moment we did, like, consummate after we got married, it essentially was so rejuvenating and life-filled. To where it was a magical, euphoric sort of experience. Other than the other way around, where I was just like finding partners, I thought, quote unquote, and I was hooking up, but it was draining.
Shallow validation.
But it like after you felt drained, you didn't feel life.
Right. So if you guys have seen the last episode that we just put out before this. And I just want to add a little bit of clarity because this now helps add clarity to that. Right. So just to clarify, though, when you guys were both still in that broken state, right, that we talked about. Lost souls. You know, she made you wait. You guys built that genuine bond. You guys did decide to hook up, but you guys were still in that broken state during that, and then you guys were together during that period, and then you guys had your issues, and then you guys had your separation. When you guys came back together, that's when the celibacy part of it, because she decided to become celibate during that break, that period, and when you guys reconnected, and you know, you started to align yourself with what the path that she was on. You had to ask yourself that question again. You agreed that that's what you wanted and that it was worth it for you, and that's kind of where what you just said comes into play. So just to kind of like clarify that timeline. So ultimately the answer to the question is like, yes, like make him wait and force him to, you know, and test his patience like he was tested. His patience was tested, and you had to make a decision. Do I really like this person as a person? Not just that physical part. And now you know whether or not this guy is actually somebody who can be a potential long-term life partner. Right? Absolutely. You're more likely to you're way more likely to get that outcome in that scenario than my scenario. Right? My scenario could have went either way. And it's probably less likely, especially with most guys, to be straight up, because that's how guys think. They do think like that. So, look, we're not judging people who decide to hook up on the first date if that's what you want, but like you're less likely to get something serious in that situation. So if that's not what you're looking for, then do whatever the fuck you want. Hey, we're not judging, but if you're looking for a serious thing in a life partner, a marriage, then go this way. That's what we saying, girl. It's way more likely to end up going smooth, you know? And that part. You know, you feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, girl, make that motherfucker wait. Test his patience.
I think it's like this saying that it goes along the lines just like, precious gold is found when it's tested in fire. You know?
I never heard that saying. But that shit is profound. God damn. Professor Profound.
I mean, what by that precious gold is that lifelong partner. You know, not a car that you can test drive in and out, and then another one that you can test. It's like sacred. And then you know that throughout that time that is tested, that is more worth it in the end. The wait is worth the wait. You know what I'm saying?
It's worth the wait, and I think that also kind of like speaks to getting through some ups and downs before you make a decision on whether or not this can be my like actual wife or husband, because now that you're being tested by the fire, so to speak. Right? The fire is like the ups and downs, those rough moments. Can we get through these, you know, together? Because there's going to be plenty of those down the line. You know what I mean? So now you know you got something precious if you come out the other side and the gold is still solid. You feel?
Because I do got one more thing to add to that, just very short and profoundly, is to the wrong person, you won't be worth much in their eyes. There's no amount of good that you can do or try to do to be worth it in their eyes, but to the right person, you'll be more worth it than anything to them.
That part. Damn, the man be coming with the fire today. Shit.
So if a person ain't right for you, that's the thing. They're not right for you. If it comes down to that, do not internalize, oh, what is wrong with me? What is this and that? Why is my value being? Do not do any of that, because they were removed for a reason for that person to come along that is right for you.
Yeah, and that's really true. Because let's say, hypothetical situation, you make him wait, and then he ends up, it ends up not working out. Or he ends up flaking, or he ends up ghosting, quote unquote, fucking worst case scenario, right? You should not take that as there's something wrong with you. He lays his cards on the table showing, hey, I'm a piece of shit, right? And then it does suck to feel like you got played, but really he played himself. If you look at it from the lens of like how dope of a person you are, and and you're solid in that, then he played himself. Yeah. Like, if a girl did that to me, fucking, you want to flake. Yeah. It's like, I'm not going to take that, because I know myself, I know my value, and I know there's nothing wrong with me, and maybe it just didn't match up with you and what you want or whatever. That's cool. But you played yourself, because somebody else is going to come along and swoop up this gold, right, that you passed on because you weren't ready for whatever reason. Right. You played yourself is the way you should look at that, right? And thank you for laying your cards on the table now rather than later, right? Because I don't want to be with somebody who's like this, right? So good, right? And that's another reason why it's like, don't judge yourself too much, like on what that is in that moment until the consistency shows after the fact. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So don't make it feel like you're giving up a lot. You're right. If you get to that point, you felt like, you guys were right, or you felt what you felt. You were right in making that decision for that version of him. Don't blame yourself and feel guilty or feel like he got played or you got played. He played himself. I'm telling you, girl, that motherfucker played himself. And it's like, that's another reason why it's like, don't invest too much emotionally into this person until you've tested the fire with this man, right? Because if you're investing emotionally all the way up into that point and you guys finally get there and then all of a sudden he flakes, now this motherfucker's a piece of shit, right? And you're gonna feel really distraught about it. So it's like, let the fire test it a little bit after the fact as well, and then you could proceed with the peace of mind, right? This is why I always say, like, pursue friendships, not relationships, because then that type of stuff you won't take so personally or whatever. And it's like, if that's who you are, cool. You just showed me your cards, and now I'm weeding you out of my life. I'm moving on to somebody else. It's like, you're lost, dude. You just played yourself. Yeah, most people get into relationships they aren't ready for. And ask yourself if you're really ready for one if you haven't reached your state of healing. I think if you haven't healed, do that. That's more important than finding the relationship or a person right now. 100%. And don't, because some of y'all be trying to pursue relationships thinking that that's what's going to help heal you. That's not true. We shaking our heads real heavy right now. A relationship will not heal you. So now this next young lady, she says, how do you tell if he's interested if I'm the one who initiated? I have a scenario I could use y'all's opinion on. Lately, I've been starting to shoot my shot first at men I see out and want to talk to. Usually, I'll give them the eyes or a smile and call them over. And even most recently, I even went up to a guy and introduced myself and started talking to him. First off, kudos to you, girl. I respect you, too. You putting the ball in your court and you taking your pick rather than just going with what gets thrown your way. Now you can, make your pick. Let's see. He received it very well and was interested. We exchanged information and have gone on a couple dates now, but I'm feeling a bit confused about what he's looking for. Since I initiated the whole interaction, I feel insecure about how interested he actually is. I guess this is less about this particular man and more about the broader question of how to assess a man's interest when you're the one who initiated the interaction. I know that men like to be chased, but there are some types of men that don't put themselves out there like that, so I'm a little confused on how to read the signs in this case scenario. I want to kind of address a couple things that she said. You know, she says that she thinks that just because she initiated, that might be cause for him having less interest in her. First off, that's not true.
No.
You are initiating, and it can go either way. It's either he's going to be interested or he's not. And as he discovers more about you, and he's going to discern in his mind whether or not you're a good match for him, and vice versa. You're going to discern whether or not he's a good match for you. And that can go either way. You don't know much. It's, you know, it can go either way. And don't feel bad about that. It's like there's so many different types of human beings on this planet. You think that you're going to, you know, guess right every single time. No. But what you're doing is you're assessing what you want and increasing your chances of you getting what you're interested in by taking your pick and initiating with them. Yeah. Now you're going to find out, okay, is his interest being reciprocated? You can't guarantee that. He don't know you yet, and you don't know him yet. So either you're going to change his mind about him, or he's going to change his mind about you. And you should not take that personally whatsoever. And let me re-clarify, the fact that you initiated is not deterring that at all.
No.
First off, let me say this.
Let's just say it's attractive. Like it really
is attractive because first off, it's attractive when a woman shows us interest. Yeah. That's reason for me to like her even more. Yeah. This is true of like almost everybody that I entertain at all. It's because they showed me some interest. It's not just me showing you interest. If it's just me showing you interest and I'm not getting any interest back, I'm out. Done. No, it's I'm literally not wasting my time anymore, right? Wiping the hands. It's over, right? And then literally for me in particular, it's always them showing me interest first before I like even initiate or like reciprocate back. I'm not going to make the first move. I'm chilling. You know why I'm chilling? Because I'm not looking for no relationships or anything like that.
It goes back to what you said.
It goes back to me saying not pursuing friendship. Not pursuing relationships and pursuing friendships. Yeah. I'm not out looking for anything, so I'm not ever approaching people in that way. Yeah. And usually what happens is like they catch that sort of vibe and then they just like want to talk or whatever, and then during that conversation at some point or another I start to catch like, oh, there's a little bit more interest here than just like, you know, there's a little chemistry here, she's into me like that. Yeah. And now when I sense that, now I'm like, oh shit, what's up? Like that's a turn on to me. Yeah. Like low key, like that's literally a turn on to me. Because guys do like feeling that sense of desire too. Yeah. Right? Absolutely. And here's another benefit to being the person who initiates. This is where you find the gems, right? Because this is the guys who don't initiate are the good guys that y'all be fucking asking where they at, right? Because the guys who are initiating the most are the fucking comprised mostly of players and shit. These are the guys that know how to run game. These are the guys that know the game. The guys that never be initiating, a lot of those guys, they don't know what the fuck the game is. They don't know how to run game. I'm not saying all guys that are like that are like that, but more of the good guys are in the box of they don't initiate. Yeah. Because that's not their world. They don't play them games. What they're good at is like...
The experiences in a different
aspect. Their experiences are in their work, in their business, in their hobbies or passions or whatever. They're comfortable in those atmospheres. They can talk and initiate all day in that type of atmosphere.
I would also say this too. I mean, even statistically speaking, that if you are going to approach a guy and you do want to see some sort of potential in a guy, it would be away from the nightlife. Yeah. And that's just being honest and straight up. Yeah. You maybe you're at a grocery store, maybe you're at a library, maybe you're just on the, you know what I'm saying, shopping around, maybe it's a local store or something like that.
Or maybe these functions of like these entrepreneur type functions. Functions. I mean? Or even better, on their purpose and then on their passions. Yeah. It's like these are good candidates for like, you know, this person's got he's got passion and ambition and like, you know, he's got a different mindset than just trying to get laid. You know what I mean? He's on the path
it's like finding those type of guys that's not on the forefront of their mind. Like they will actually take the necessary effort to like want to get to know you and respect you and everything like that as well.
Yeah.
You want me to be honest? Maybe go to the church, girl.
Yeah.
That's true too. Find a husband at the church. I
See, if you're a person of faith, and it's like, yo, and you're trying to find somebody that matches your energy when it comes to that, that's where you're gonna find them. If you're an entrepreneurial type girl and you're looking for somebody who understands you, then you go find them. You know, you go find them where they're hanging out. Where would you be hanging out?
Where you know it can diffuse any sort of even room for intention or like not great intention.
If you a fuck girl trying to get some play, then the club is where you're home at. You know what I mean? The club and the bar. It's
know
like
what it comes with.
You're gonna have fun. You're gonna find your match over there. That toxic
know
relationship.
what it comes with.
Just be real with what it comes with.
We've been there.
So that way you don't set expectations that end up like disappointing you. You know what I mean? That's what we all are guilty of. You try to take that person out the club. It's like, dude, I don't understand why these girls keep, disappointing me. It's like, bro, you keep picking up the same type of girls at the same club, same. It's the same type. What you think? You're gonna get what you're fishing in this pond. Yeah. This is the type of fish you're gonna get. You're gonna catch, right?
Absolutely.
It's okay, but don't be judging them for that, right? It's like they're living their single life. Okay, let them go live their single life. You're gonna find the girl that's gonna live, the wifey life or whatever somewhere else,
or the husband
life, right? Somewhere else. So let's just be aware of that. I don't think. Just back to your question though, the fact that you initiated isn't what's determining whether or not he's interested in you or not. That's gonna come from like whether or not he's really like you guys actually are compatible. You can find that out in time, and it's the same thing. Whether he initiated or you're initiated, how do you discern whether or not a person is interested? It's how much effort are they putting into you.
Body language.
Is
he giving you eye contact?
Actions,
is he hearing you?
And his actions. Is he being consistent with you? Is he,
is he engaging effectively?
Is he making an effort to get to know you, to hang out with you? Is he being flaky, or is he, actually consistent? So it's the same rules apply. Last but not least, we got one more concern. This is quite an interesting situation.
This is something you brought up earlier. I'm like, I seen a reaction. I'm like,
this dude must be the most insecure man I've ever witnessed in my life.
Oh wow.
Okay, so this is the deal with this person. So this young lady writes in that she's been dating this guy for the last couple years, but she's known him for many years before that. They had a breakup in the last few months.
Okay.
But he started dating somebody else, but that other person left him because he kept reaching out to her. Now, long story short, we're back together, and he has decided that he'd rather block me on Instagram because of his own insecurities of seeing other guys like my photos. So this guy is so insecure because his girl is attractive that he's blocking her on Instagram just so he doesn't have to see that stuff.
Yeah, I've never heard of that being a reason, ever. In the existence of men's logic.
That's your solution, young man. Now here's what she thinks. This doesn't make sense to me. He seems like he just wants his freedom on his IG and not have to worry about what I might see on his social media.
And I think that she's valid in saying that.
So it's really, he's saying, I'm gonna block you because
I don't want you to see what I'm
mine.
Doing.
It's not that I don't want to see what's on yours. It's truly
which makes more sense, because at the end of the day, if you really didn't want to see what's on, if it was one of those things where that was actually justified, you wouldn't go on her profile
and you would mute her.
Yeah, you would mute her. You won't block her.
You would mute her posts and you would mute her fucking stories, just so you didn't have to see that stuff.
Yeah. That's so that's not a justified reason.
You're exposed, young man. We caught you.
Yeah.
What he's trying to do is hide what he's doing over on his
some
Instagram.
Shady stuff going on. He don't want you to know about.
Motherfucker.
If he can sort of put a piece on your head and making that the reason, saying, well, it's only because I'm insecure about this more than what I actually got going on, and deterring you away from what you can actually see with this. But it's like, let me just throw this out so I could put your mind at ease in some sort of justifiable way. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that It's no way that could be just justified. You know what I'm saying?
No,
you
girl.
Block your partner.
No, it's fucking ridiculous.
You wouldn't block your partner. Remember,
that's ridiculous.
Like, hear what I'm saying. You would not block your partner.
Right.
That
to
doesn't
avoid
make sense.
Fucking seeing
That
the
doesn't make sense.
guys like her photo. Bro, so what happens when y'all go out in public? Does he wear a blindfold just so he doesn't see other guys look your way?
Are you letting her leave the house? Is she like in a chic, or is she like in? Is she like in a covered up in like blankets or something?
Bro,
like
what's
that?
going on? Yeah, that's a huge red flag, girl.
Yeah.
You can't be with no dude like that. If you're an attractive individual and the man is being insecure in any way, honestly, about the fact that you're attractive, shit, that's not going nowhere.
Yeah, I mean,
that's gonna be.
Don't date someone attractive if you can't handle what it comes with.
You don't deserve to be fucking dealing with that shit. You need somebody who's secure in who they are, and you know the fact that there's got to be some level of trust, right? He's showing that there's no trust, and he's showing severe insecurity in himself, right? He thinks. You know.
Well, both. Not just the insecurity, but more of the sort of deflection from what he's actually doing.
Yeah, both. Like, I'm just saying, if the fact that he was blocking her for the reason of what he initially said was true, that means he's heavy insecure, and you can't make something work with that. So it's like, bro, you just expose yourself for being a highly insecure individual that will never be able to be with somebody like me. Yeah,
because see if it's compromised, too. If you're in a relationship... See if you guys can take pictures together. Maybe take a picture together, post it up. If you guys are in an exclusive relationship and he doesn't have to worry, it's like, oh, I'm in this picture with her. Cool. A guy or whoever can like it. It doesn't matter. It's not just you by yourself.
Just making it known that you're taken.
Yeah, just making it.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, shit. If he's willing to commit to you and it's serious like that, the conclusion that we've gotten about that.
What I mean. If it's exclusive, if you guys really are exclusive, and
let me see that ring then.
A fully commitment sort of deal, and it should be leading towards that, not in, let's just ride this out and I can do what I want in this relationship, and that's that, because that's not going to lead to any sort of fruitfulness at all.
Yeah. Ditch that man. Honestly, that's my opinion. Fuck that. That's a huge red flag.
Yeah.
No, girl.
No, I agree.
No. That man on that chicanery, 100%. 100%.
Those looks you give with that glasses,
I'm telling you, bro. The man's on the chicanery.
Facts.
But ladies and gentlemen, that's all we got for y'all this week, but we do got a bonus episode coming right up.
That's right.
Which we got an announcement to make about that. All right?
Oh, we got an announcement now.
Not only can you now access all the bonus episodes on Magic Men Plus, but you can now get access to all the bonus episodes wherever you are listening to this podcast.
Wait.
That's right.
You mean you don't have to go on the actual platform?
Hey,
it can be anywhere?
We giving them options.
Anywhere?
Anywhere.
I could be anywhere. I could find it.
Let me clarify. So now we got a members area to our YouTube, our Apple Podcast, and our Spotify. If you want to get access to all the bonus episodes, there's now a join or a subscribe button or a membership button right on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube.
Respect.
And not only do you get all the bonus episodes, you get early access to the episodes, and you get all these other members perks. So if you want to check that out, click the link in the description and you can see what that's all about.
That part.
What you'll notice on YouTube is you're going to get a little loyalty badge next to your name. Let them know, hey, we in that VIP club.
That's right.
We're calling it the SDP
VIP. Exclusive.
They the SDP VIPs.
There you go.
And there's on YouTube in particular, there's all kinds of perks, and we're gonna expand on this moving forward, so that way we're gonna make it really dope for y'all. So depending on what level of support you sign up for, you get different level of perks. Like as far as like priority DM support, where we can help you with whatever situation. Personalized.
Very personalized.
Shout outs in the videos, end credits, screen credits. There's going to be exclusive members only live streams, exclusive only like members chat. We try to make it, something to show our appreciation for that support. So we got to make sure that these perks is worth it for y'all. So go check that out if you want. It's going to be dope. We're going to build on that.
That's right.
But ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all being here. If you haven't done so yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, leave some comments in the comment section, help this video reach some more people.
Right.
Share it with a friend, whatever you can to spread the good word of SDP, baby. We appreciate y'all, and we love y'all for the support.
That's right.
And everything that y'all been doing for us to help get the word out about what we doing. So thank y'all for being here. We love y'all, and we will see you next week. Peace.
Peace. And the bonus episode.
The fact that he is broken, because that's why he was trying to move so fast. He was looking at you as a healing mechanism for his brokenness. And he's like, let me,
to restore what was
this is
lost
what I need to fix that broken part of me.
Yeah.